Good evening, Dr. M's in class. Uh, this is my reflection video for the MBA program. In this video, I will be summarizing the journey I took in attaining my MBA. I'll also be discussing how my particular concentration and leadership impacted my learning experience. I'll also be pointing out my personal trials and tribulations, and in the end of the video I'll wrap it up with my recommendations as to how to improve the program itself overall. So initially I came in with some preconceived notions and bad anxiety as it relates to working within team settings, and I know it could be contradictory because I have been in the military for 22 years, and it's so concentrated in team setting and everything we do. But this was a little bit different because it's a different approach to school as opposed to work. Work, I get to meet people face to face as opposed to just over video or virtually, etc. But just like with anything else, all that completely dissipated. A few courses, maybe even initially in the first course that I had taken, that was in team setting, team-centric course that I took. All those misconceptions truly did go away, and I was surprised, pleasantly surprised, I guess I could say, that of how wrong I was in regard to that. And thankfully, I was able to overcome all those different apprehensions that I had. Another, thing that held me back as well, because once I attained my bachelor's degree, I took a hiatus, and from when I attained my bachelor's to starting my MBA, I don't know, maybe a year or so. I never considered myself, a studious type of person. I initially set out to attain my bachelor's, not even having a clue, what was post attaining that. But I never considered myself a studious individual. But again, that's one of the things I'm glad, as I continued on this path, I was able to stick to it, and finally, end up here. The last course towards my MBA. And the program has many courses, again, that are team-based and team-centric, which I liked. I truly liked that about the program at Post, just because, like I said, you get to learn, you get to work with individuals from all walks of life. I'm amazed at how diverse Post University is. Folks, have had teammates from Germany, here in the United States, folks coming from Africa, pretty much all over the world, Argentina. So in that sense, it was awesome to have that type of diversity, those individuals with that experience, real world experience, coming from all corners of the world, pretty much of the globe. And just like with anything else, the courses did follow particular patterns. For example, in the beginning, it was a little bit hard once we worked out the scheduling and getting everybody on the same sheet. I would say maybe first week, second week at the most is how long it took. After that, it was pretty much smooth sailing in regard to working out the logistics, the times, and the forms that we were going to meet. Most of these courses contain a project charter, which everybody had to fill out and kind of agree on what every team member's responsibilities were going to be given that particular project and course. So I really liked how that allowed us to synchronize everything and be able to, again, give everybody their fair share. That way everybody's pulling their weight equally. So one thing I would say reason why I was apprehensive was because I was a bit worried in the beginning of how other students would take their responsibilities and their roles, right, assigned to them. I don't know. I thought maybe there would be more students that didn't take those roles and responsibilities as seriously as I was. But that's another thing that I learned, was that it was a complete opposite. Everybody, for the most part, was a true team player, was out to achieve that common goal, and completely, not how I was expecting it to be, or how I envisioned it. It truly did work out. It was awesome. I would say every team that I was a member of, we never ran into those issues on a large scale, right? For the most part, it was everybody pulling their weight. So I will discuss my capstone. The project that I chose was how to incorporate artificial intelligence into my work here, which I'm part of the Special Forces group here located at JBLM Washington, which area of responsibility is pretty wide. All of Asia, including portions of India, the Indian Ocean. So vast variety of cultures, countries, that geopolitically speaking is pretty diverse, right? And for us not to be able to have that capability of artificial intelligence, especially in the organization that I particularly belong to, which is a technical and information support company, I thought was very lacking and long overdue. It's a long overdue capability for our organization. So that was a overarching intent of my project, and which I had a lot of fun doing the research and analysis, everything that comes with the logistics of it, the budgeting, going through each individual I would say section or department within the organization, to be able to attain that and to get that authorization for the training, for the equipment, for the software, etc. One of my recommendations would be to have more team-based, real-world team-based courses, right? I was in Business 669. We actually were able to do that. Our professor put us in contact with Ribera, a fine chocolate manufacturer in Germany, which has a foothold in that particular sector, mainly in Europe, which they were wanting to expand here into the United States. And the group that I was a part of, our job was to be able to export that one particular candy that they had, that they were really looking at bringing to the U.S. and to the northwest part of the United States. Our job was to be able to figure out the shipping cost and everything. Of course, it has to be refrigerated, so we had to take that into consideration, the warehousing aspects of it, the legal aspects as well. But that was awesome. We got to speak with the CEO of Ribera, and on a couple different occasions, and which that added that extra level of obviously realism, but it wasn't all just some type of simulation, right? It's actually real world documents and presentations that we were presenting to the CEO of an actual corporation. And and that was truly fun. You know, time after time, I have learned in this course that change and innovation are key to the success of any company, and that's why I chose, going back to, I mentioned my capstone and why I liked that Business 669, that project that we had, just because we were able to develop ourselves more, in terms of leadership. So I've always thought that it doesn't take a leader to bring innovation or change into a company, but it does take leadership in order to be able to do it and manage it and implement it correctly. So that's what I truly learned from, that's a key takeaway from the course that I had. And I truly enjoyed my entire time here. And look forward to all your comments and input on this. And I appreciate it. Thank you.